we've known for some time that the new DC streaming service, DC Universe, is going to be launching a Harley Quinn an animated Harley Quinn project. And if I'm not mistaken, we got Kuko, the girl from Big Bang Theory, doing it. Anyway, we just found out they have cast their new voice for the Joker. And no, it's not Mark Hamill. It's Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk is going to be the voice of the new Joker. And I got to tell you something. I'm pretty intrigued by it. I am pretty intrigued by the voice casting. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because I know this is the first thing that's jumping on everybody's mind. Why not Mark Hamill? If you're going to get the voice for the Joker, why don't you go out and get Mark Hamill, who I believe it's, beyond dispute at this point. When it comes to the animated world, Mark Hamill is the undisputed king of doing the voice of the Joker. I would say this, though. I'm okay with them going with somebody else, particularly if you're going to go get Alan. But let's focus on Mark for a second. I'm okay with them moving away from Mark Hamill because, like in live action movies, if at some point you're doing a new iteration of something and a reboot and a different version of it, you switch up actors. I have no problem in the animated world sticking with the same voices, but I also have no problem with them moving on. Look, Mark Hamill has been the greatest Joker voice in animation history. He will probably do the Joker again in some other way, shape, or form at some point. But at this thing with the new show, I'm okay with them doing something different. Now let's talk about Alan for a second. Alan Tudyk has a fantastic voice. He's got a great voice. And to be quite frank with you, when they said he was going to be the voice of the Joker, I don't know, there was something in the back of my mind that's like, well, isn't he already the voice of the Joker? It's like, isn't he already the voice of the Joker? And he's not, of course, but it just kind of sticks with me on that level. So this brings us to the DC streaming service as a whole when we're talking about DC Universe, right? The thing about DC Universe is this. I have said this from the beginning. There is simply not enough on there to get me interested in subscribing to the service yet. Because right now, all they've got is that Titans show. And the Titans trailers were garbage, so I had absolutely no interest in signing up for this service yet. Now, a bunch of you guys have been talking about that. Some of you have seen the Titans show, and you actually don't mind it so far. Some of you actually quite like it. That's good news. But once DC actually starts rolling out some new content, like this Harley Quinn thing with Alan as the voice of the Joker, and particularly once they get to Swamp Thing. Once they get to Swamp Thing, then you've got me interested. Then there's more to check out. But as far as getting Alan to do it, if it's not going to be Mark Hamill, personally, I think it's a terrific choice. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with it. And maybe once the time Swamp Thing rolls around and I do get this service and I'll check it out, we'll see how he does.